know that social media has really caused a lot of relevancy to people? It has also brought some disruptive issues with it, and these disruptive issues causes youth to excel on social media, and sometimes they get to fail. But for you, Mimi, what do you really think social media has been able to bring to young people and even the elderly, the likes of Facebook, the likes of Instagram? They've just come with a lot of blessings.
It is said that everything that has a disadvantage has an advantage. In other words,
True.
what has good sides also has bad sides. You know, like you said, it has been something of relevance to most young people. Now, social media has become an effective tool of communication.
Interesting.
And, you know, spreading of information. But looking at it on the dark side, social media has sort of, you know, it has corrupted some of the norms we have in our society, and it has also led to encouragement of certain vices like fake life.
That's true.
Especially on Instagram. The fake life, it's so much. To tell you how really bad this situation is, the P Squared Joe had to use it to sing song.
That's true. That's true.
It's really.
That's true. I agree. But when it comes to social media communication or social media use, Facebook, Instagram, the list is just endless. It has been able to make some people prosper.
Yes.
People have been able to start earning money, start doing things, reach out to people. In fact, I know someone who has been able to connect to somebody overseas from using social media, and today he's been flown abroad to go and start working in that particular company. A young boy we were celebrating here in Nigeria some time ago that got employed overseas from using social media. So it's very important. But let's talk about something concerning how people communicate on social media.
Okay.
To you, do you think the likes of Instagram and Twitter, people have enough courtesy when they communicate on those social platforms?
Although it is true that courtesy is not really followed on social media, most of our social media platforms, somehow it has helped to broaden people's perspectives. For instance, let's talk about social media outlets that enable multiple conversations at the same time, like Twitter. Sometimes a particular topic is raised or issue is raised. Now, you might be holding a certain perspective to that issue, but when you see comments from other people, it broadens your perspective. Have you been in a situation where you should have tweeted in response to a particular thing that was put up on Twitter, which is now known as X, the X platform, and then you have a change of mind when you get to see comments from other people, and you tell yourself, "Oh, hey,
you feel like deleting it."
Yes, if to say I put this thing. Hey,
but you know, some elderly people, they feel like the younger generation, when they have that conversation on social media, because you can't see them, you can't get to interface with them directly. They feel like I should just go on and insult. Some persons feel like the moment you have that social media platform, it's an avenue for you to start getting back at people, being an attack dog and all of that. And even today, we have seen where people started using it as a political tool against other political persons of interest. So I don't know, but there seems to be a lot going and happening around social media communication.
You know, when it comes to that specifically about people now using social media platforms to insult other persons, I think it has to do with I'll call it fake confidence.
Well, what do you mean by
because
fake?
Most of those people can't even do that in real life. They can't look to those people they're insulting eyeball to eyeball.
Like, if you want to talk to me directly.
So the fact that they're on social media and they are not seen gives them this kind of confidence.
It gives them what we call buga.
Yes, I can talk to this person anyhow and nothing will happen.
But Mimi, to a young person, social media is cool. Like,
yes, definitely.
You want to share your photos, you want to get out there. I can remember starting my Facebook account and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to start uploading pictures. Every week I'm giving them back to back. It's just pictures and cool content and all of that. It's a medium of exposure. But see, if you're a young person out there, the truth is you have to just, as you use your social media account, you also have to apply courtesy. like myself and yes, you have to apply courtesy, so that you don't know who you're talking with, you don't know who you're talking to. And there's this thing again, social media has helped to also refine people's communication. There are now some lingos, some terms that have grown from social media that people begin to use. Before social media advent, you hear things like much of the netizens things, much of the social
Direct
media activists and all of that,
all things,
DM me. You know, it has brought about a lot of innovation. But one thing I usually don't find fanciful with social media is the short messaging.
Yeah, I understand.
Yep. Right.
That's true.
What do you mean? You know, it's so the way I see it, it has the responsibility or the tendency of hampering the language of a person. Mimi, do you chat that way?
Yes, I chat that way. I do, because it's way shorter and quicker, because not everybody has the strength to type. Although, yes, though some social media platforms like WhatsApp now are developed in such a way you can send invoice notes, but sometimes you just want to type and you don't want to type so long, so you just use all of those short terms. But like I said, yes, it is hampered with people's knowledge of words, people's knowledge of the use of words.
Come on,
and that is
on our computer we have a lot. We have Instagram, we have X, we have WhatsApp, we have we have a lot of them. We even have Facebook and other social media platforms. So we're doing great. So Mimi, you were saying it's way shorter and easier for you to communicate that way. But during the process of using that, did you not find yourself at some point when you begin to forget how to spell certain words correctly?
Definitely, I did. But because I was very conscious of what I was doing, I decided to apply caution. So there were certain instances where I don't use it. I don't use it all the time. But the problem with most young people nowadays, they do not have that, do I say, inhibition to apply caution. They just want things to be fast and easy.
What if you were chatting with the president of this country?
Of course, I would be formal. It's the president, for goodness sake.
She said you be formal.
It's the president. No, that's why I said I use it sometimes. Sometimes I don't. It depends on who is involved.
So on social media communication, people should understand context.
Exactly.
That's the word, context. You should understand context on who you are chatting with, their age, and all of that. But again, when you talk about context, some person's profile and their pictures and information about them, it doesn't do justice to talking about context.
Okay.
Because they feign everything.
That's fake life.
Did you call that fake life or trying to be private?
Okay, yeah, I get you now. Yes. Okay.
So it may really not amount to fake life and all of that. I mean, for us on radio, we get to see a lot of things happening on social media and people using it. And for the record, Mimi is a top-notch. Oh, I see that. She's a top-notch radio presenter, and she's just good. She's good, and you can get to connect with Mimi as well. She's on socials and all of that. So I don't know how Mimi chats on socials, but I do very well. I do.
Things are changing.
Exactly.
And do I say I would want to derail a little from what you're talking. We're talking about social media communication specifically. You know, in the beginning, we're talking about some of the advantages of social media.
The word was God.
Don't. You all right, don't mind. So as I was saying in the beginning, we were talking about the advantages, I beg your pardon, of social media platforms, and we mentioned that one of the very important advantage of social media platforms is the ability to make money.
True.
Yes, many young people are now using it as a medium to make money for themselves. You see, even women who do not necessarily have jobs to go to, like stay-at-home moms, when you go to YouTube, you see vlogs from this side, you know, it becomes a way of, they even make more money than people who are actually going to their jobs. Exactly. So the times have changed. We've gone to a time when social media is not just for chatting, not just for spreading info, but as a creative means of making money, and it's ever encompassing. It's never limitless. So I have to work in that. Definitely.
You have to work in a social media.
I will.
When you start counting in dolls and all of that, you definitely be sharing with me. You know, we're good friends.
I will eat my money alone.
So, when next you want to use your social media account, your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever, mention the platform. Just make sure to apply caution, like Mimi had said. Mind the words, use courtesy, always create content that are engaging and that are informing. You know, it helps people to lighten up and to fix and to get to feel with you. It's a vibe that you give to the people. So naturally, it's what it is, and it also builds your character, whether you like it or not. It builds your character in a different way.
You know, speaking of applying caution on social media, I feel like lots of people fall trap. Like they are trapped by this thing I'm going to say. You know, people are not cautious about what they put out there on social media spaces, especially Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, those ones that are very open to the public
like
eye.
Wide space.
Exactly. Now, have you seen situations where certain politicians or certain persons here get to do something and someone goes back to dig an old tweet or post made and it causes problem?
That's true. It's like an archive
just
now.
like that.
Like an archive.
So, in as much as you use social media, yes, using social media is not bad. It's really good. It has made our we are lucky to be in this dispensation where, thank you, social media is now available for all. But in as much as you use it to your advantage, be very cautious because social media can also be a way of putting somebody.
It can destroy.
It can destroy. It can be really destructive.
It can put you in jail. You know how they sentence people to jail in okay, I don't want to mention the country. It's long. It's quite longer than the lifespan that they have. But that's just it. So when next you use your social media account, you should bear in mind some of these things. So that's definitely where we're going to just
wrap it up
today. So Mimi, tell them to subscribe to this channel. Tell them to just subscribe. Okay.
Okay. So now, before you go, yes, I'm talking to you. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more interesting content. Click on the like button below your screen.
Turn on the notification button.
Exactly. So because you'll be seeing lots and lots of interesting content. Social media responsibly. Responsibly is the word.